Ever wanted to own a WWE Replica belt? Well, now's your opportunity to win one for absolutely free. I'm proud to be partnering up with WWE Shop this year to do more belt reviews and more belt giveaways than ever before. And with WrestleMania 41 being John Cena's final WrestleMania match, we're going to commemorate this by giving away a free WWE United States Championship Spinner Replica belt. And although it's in conjunction with WWE Shop, this competition is open worldwide. To enter, simply make sure you're subscribed to this Hazard F5 YouTube channel. Go to the video in the pinned comment section below, like that video and comment on that video with your favorite John Cena match. If you'd like a second entry into the draw, follow the Facebook link in the pinned comment section below and join the Main Event Belts Facebook group. Go to the featured post about this giveaway, like the post and comment your favorite US champion of all time. As usual, my patrons over at patreon.com/hazardf5 do gain additional entries depending on their subscription tier, and the draw will take place the Tuesday night following WrestleMania 41. Good luck to everyone. What's up, YouTubers? This is Hazard F5 back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at, in my opinion, one of the best replicas ever produced by WWE Shop, and a replica that I actually never thought we'd get to see. Reason being is that there's been different versions of this particular design used on WWE television, but this one was used for the least amount of time. This one debuted the night after WrestleMania 14 in 1998 and was retired from being used full time by mid-July of that same year. So it was only used for a few months, whereas the other variations were used for much longer and in much bigger matches. But for me personally, I feel that aesthetically, just visually, this is the best looking variation. This comes into two different factors. The fact that this design was created with the block logo in mind, and also I'm a sucker for a colored strap. And I think the blue complements this belt so well. So this belt has also been re-leathered by Ring the Bell Belts, which is otherwise known as Dan C, who has been re-leathering for a few years. He was operating back in the old belttalk.com website days, and I've never actually had one of his straps in hand before, which is becoming a rarity when it comes to re-leatherers in the belt game these days for me personally. So today we're going to take a look at a fully re-leathered WWE Shop blue block logo Big Eagle replica belt. So let's go take a look. And here we have the block logo blue Big Eagle WWE Shop replica belt on Ring the Bell Belts leather. So this is a replica that I never thought we'd actually receive. I was dumbfounded when they announced it a couple of years ago, because the blue Big Eagle was only on television, well, for less than 4 months, debuted in March and was gone by the end of July, and it was so short-lived that some people don't even remember it being on a blue strap. They always remember the scratch logo black strap variation of the Big Eagle. So I was very pleased to see it, which gave me hope that we might eventually one day get a block logo oval IC, which I would love. So there you've got the block WWE logo with the deep blue background. You've got the sunburst patterns emanating from behind the eagle, stretching out, forming the jagged triangular tip border, with the detailing on the eagle's wings and their talons. This, when this came out, was at that time one of the top replica belts that they'd produced for a number of reasons. The artwork is really good. The detailing on the belt is excellent. The curve, which I'll get to in a minute, was one of the deepest around at the time. And with a Big Eagle belt, you have to get the curve right. If it's left flat and it looks completely circular, it looks awful. Too much curve and it looks too oval, it looks sort of like egg-shaped and out of shape. So they nailed this one, in my opinion. So then you've got the eagle with the detailing on the feathers underneath. You've also got this texturing between the eagle's wing tips and its arch. Now, the texturing here isn't as defined or prominent as the one found on the border of the Brahma Bull replica belt. Typically, this is a bit deeper giving it more of a pop. But the fact that they've actually thought to include that on here, when I've seen like belt makers make this thing and forget to put that, it was featured on both this and the original gold/black scratch logo version of the championship. A lot of people seem to forget that. Then you've got the globe itself. So you've got the deep blue in the background. There are a couple of scuffs on this thing, but on display, something that you wouldn't actually notice. Then you've got the globes on either side on different access points. So there you've got the USA, Canada, Mexico, South America, and on the other side. Now, the globes are probably my least favourite part about this replica, because while the artwork is very good for the most part, the globes are kind of blurry in regards to lack of definition. They've each got a stone on each side. As we go down, you've got the World Wrestling Entertainment banner with the sunburst pattern coming to an end down here. Then you've got the Latin of Saculum and Campio, which translates to something along the lines of century champion. And then you've got the champion banner itself, so you've got a stone on each side with the dashed border going all the way around. Of course, this font is well known among wrestling fans. Then we head over to the sidebars, which are done so well on this. So the block logo blue variation of the Big Eagle was the only one to actually have these sections cut out. So when you lift it up, you can actually see the leather coming away from that area. So you've got the bar joint here at the bottom, with this section completely removed, exposing the blue strap in the background. And then it's joined just here where the tip is, leaving that gap exposed as well. So their detailing on this is far superior than some of the specifics of other replicas that they have done over the years. Then we move on to the inner side plate. So you've got the lion holding the shield with the sunburst patterns in the background and the rope border on each side. The shield contains the block blue WWE logo with the texturing in the background. Originally when it's debuted, myself and a number of people didn't actually think it had texturing, which we thought was a little bit of a shame. There are ways around it. But as images and videos start to come out, you notice that there actually was texturing. It's very light and very shallow, but it is there. And it's better to have something there than nothing at all. Then we move on to the outside plate. So you've got the WWE logo, again with that light texturing in the background, with the stones both above and below. You've got the sunburst patterns forming, going around, arching out towards the ends, where the rope borders are. And again, you can see how thick the plates on this are as well. Gone are the days of the old worrying 2mm plates. So then you've got the WWE logo at the top, again with the lion. This time containing the McMahon family crest with the 3 lions. Now, one of the other art issues with this is the lions. So the lion's eyes, firstly, kind of freaky. Secondly, here you see the lion's thumb sticking in through the shield. That is actually meant to be part of the included crest, with a person's arm sticking up, containing, excuse me, containing a sword going upwards. So there should be no lion's thumb there. So I think they just misread or missaw the original. Then you've got the matching WWE logo, shield plate from the other side. And then you've got the WWE World Heavyweight Champion logo plate. So here it reads with the block WWF logo, World Heavyweight Champion, WWE 1998. Now on here, on the original, it actually said JMAR 1998, but obviously they've gone with their branding here. And like I said, with the curve, so you can see here how good it looks, and that's because of the monstrous curve that is on this thing. It's such a good curve, definitely one of the nicer replica ones out there, and one of the more accurate ones as well. Very similar to the Undisputed version 2 that came out a few years ago as part of the Eddie Guerrero Signature Series, and then its own individual blackstrap release. Has a deep curve, so too does this. Not as deep as the Undisputed, because obviously that's a lot bigger and a lot wider, but a wonderful, wonderful job on these particular replica plates. Probably one of my favorite replicas they've ever produced. Now let's get into the straps. So it sits on a bright blue leather strap with brown croc backing. This strap was done by Ring the Bell Belts. Some know him as Dan C. He started out back in the belttalk.com website days, and got into leather work and started producing some of his work. I can't remember how long he's been doing leather, to be perfectly honest, and I also don't know how recent or old this strap is. So you've got JMAR camouflage shell tooling, JMAR's custom going around the strap, with mushroom tooling in each corner, which I'm guessing is his own sort of signature. Now, the original Big Eagle belt didn't actually have JMAR's camouflage shell tooling. It had the more traditional, much wider Midwest style, and as did the replica, but 90%, I would say, of collector copies, non-ring used copies, that JMAR made and sold to collectors had this kind of tooling, which I know is where a lot of makers and leather guys get their references from. But I did actually have originally the Midwest larger shell tool. On the ends, you've got the shallow hand tooling, which is some really nice detail, gives it a nice bit of texture. There you've got the Ring the Bell Belts emblem. With the beveled off areas. Some of these are a little bit on the rough side. Again, I don't know how recently, how recently this belt was done, or how long it's been since this belt was done. I've not actually seen much of his work in the last couple of years. So then you've got, again, the hand tooling going through the snap box. One thing of note here is the fact that on the male snap side over here, you've got the 2x10 snaps, and on here you've got the 2x7 snaps, which, while looking a bit odd, is actually correct and the correct snap ratio for this particular version of the Big Eagle. The shade of blue is really, really nice. It complements the belt really, really well. I would say it's a little bit on the lighter side, just only a little bit though. Then you've got the brown croc backing, which has the sort of reddish tint like the original. Really, really nice backing here. And a bonus with this backing, I don't know where he got it from, but it's a really nice feel back to the backing, and also it's got a great level of flexibility. So, and you guys have heard me speak 1,000 times on the channel about how typically croc backing, snakeskin backings take away flexibility from the leather, whereas this one doesn't do that at all. So it's a massive, massive bonus when it comes to re-leathering and having straps with animal type backing on them. So again, you can see the level of the detailing compared to some of the replicas that came before this. A really, really nice looking piece. One of the better replicas, like I said. The detailing on the bars and the specifics and the specs of the bars WWE Shop did a really good job on. And you can see here how vibrant the blue is when it meets the gold. Like I said at the beginning, this is my personal favourite variation of the Big Eagle belt. Just the blue stands out so well, and it complements the overall design. While other ones were used for longer and during bigger matches, just bigger events, bigger rivalries, just the blue really just stood out to me when it came to the block logo variation, which was my personal favourite. And there you have it, guys. A fully re-leathered blue Big Eagle block logo WWE Shop replica. Really nice replica. I would highly recommend this to collectors out there. It clearly trumps the current variation of the WWE scratch logo replica that's out there, as far as the detailing, the artwork, the curve. I mean, if you look at the curve just there, it's just a really nice curve on the circular plate, and the strap itself on this re-leather version is nice and flimsy, which is what a lot of collectors are going for when it comes to their re-leathers. Not me personally, I'd rather it look good, but flexibility is a high point definitely for a lot of collectors. Dan did a good job on this one. The specs are a little bit off, and I noticed if you look at the top just here, I only noticed this just after recording. The cut is slightly off, so slightly tighter on one side than it is the other. But again, I'm not sure when this one was done. Typically, I like to cite when stuff was done, but I'm a bit in the dark on this one. But overall, really nice belt. As far as the replica, I said at the beginning of the video, this is one of my preferred replicas from WWE Shop. It's really nice. It stands out really well. And whether you get the blue variation of this, I've seen some people have the areas painted in black and have a black strap, and it looks equally awesome. There are even a few black strap variations out there made by Jmar with the block WWF logo. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think of the belt in the comment section below, and which particular Big Eagle belt was your favorite. Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you as always next time.